Hey guys, welcome back, Old Worlds enthusiasts. Today we're going to be going over some interesting legacy armies that were appearing at Las Vegas Open 2025. Um, we've already done the Forces of Fantasy. We already done the Ravening Hordes. I have with me my good friend Chuck, who is also a spicy dice boy,
How's it going, guys?
and he's going to help me walk through some of these legacy armies because he himself is a vampire count specialist. So I had to bring in the big guns for this one. Um, as seen in those other videos, kind of pulling up some of the breakdowns of the armies. Now, some of our legacy armies were a little underrepresented. As you can see, there was only one vampire, one chaos dwarf, one skaven. Good amount of dark elves though. We had no lizardmen, no demons. Um, so yeah, just pulled up some interesting ones that I figured you guys might want to take a good look at if you guys are interested in the legacy side of things. First up, we have a dark elves list by Roger Allcroft. Um, Roger's Dark Elf list. It is led by a Supreme Sorceress level 4 on a dragon. Two Focus Familiars. Those Focus Familiars let you cast a spell from a point, I believe it's 12 inches in front of you. So you can kind of toss it out there and then throw spells from that point. But they're on a dragon. They got a Pendant of Caliph, which I believe is a ward save based on the strength of the opponent. So led by a pretty beefy dragon with a Tome of Furion for an extra spell, backed up by a second level 4 on a Dark Pegasus with 7 Focus Familiars. So yeah, one of them had 2, one of them has 7. And this one is picking their spells of Illusion. And a Death Hag with D3 extra attacks and an Ogre Blade on foot. So that Death Hag is going to be posted up in a block of Witch Elves with the Banner of Harganeth for extra armor piercing. So these T3 naked Witch Elves are hoping to just chew up some points before they die, because I'm pretty sure this unit will die in every game. Core also filled with Dark Riders, Scouts with Fire and Flee. Repeater crossbows are good. They're not poison or anything, but repeater crossbows are going to get the job done. 6 Cold One Knights. They do have stupidity, which does come into play at the most annoying times, but I don't think they have countercharge. Or they might have countercharge. Maybe they don't have drill. They have one. They don't have one of the things that I really think they need. I've been underwhelmed whenever I play against Cold One Knights, but I don't know.
They don't have counter or what was the other one said?
Drilled.
Yeah, they don't have either of
They don't have
those.
any of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they're okay. They'd be a lot better if they had the drilled or countercharge. That's their one drawback, I'd say. But they need something. Dark Elf Shades. These are. Well, I guess he went with the repeater crossbows. I thought they had scout. Maybe you have to pay for them. But kind of an MSU. I don't want to say a Wood Elf style, but a lot of shoot and run. Oh, sorry, I missed the Cribdus. The nice little monster here in rare. I when I look at this list, I get the feeling of an MSU shooty type list with a big punch of witch elves and a dragon. Um, I know Roger's played this list quite a bit. I've seen it pop up before, so I know he has had success with it. And these focus familiars, I think, catch people off guard when you can miasmic mirage people from 27 inches away with your illusion. So good luck to you, Roger. Uh, the LVO is underway, so I'm sure they're doing quite all right. Staying in the Wood Elf world, staying in the Dark Elves world, we're gonna go to Filippo Gasauto. Um, Different style, whereas Roger went with some level 4s on Dragon. Looks like we're going with a Fighting Dreadlord on a Dragon with a Sword of Might, extra strength, Shield of Gran, minus toughness for your enemy, the ward save, extra armor from shooting. So nice tanky dragon with a little Sword of Might. The K-Knight Assassin with always wounding on 4 up and whatever Life Taker is. I don't know. Should
Life
probably.
Taker is a 24-inch range, strength 3 AP1 weapon.
Oh, like it throws a dagger or something at someone. Okay.
Yeah, it's multi-shot poison.
Okay, he throws 2 daggers at somebody.
D3 plus 1. I'm just gonna keep adding.
Um, so they do have a Supreme Sorceress on a Dark Pegasus, Battle Magic, Extra Spell, Picking Spells, and Ruby Ring, Talisman Protection. Okay, so Dragon with support of a Sorcerer with a fun little assassin in there. Same kind of core build. Seems like Dark Riders are the way to go for core here, is what we're seeing. Eights with repeater crossbows, kind of some with scouts. Okay. Cold One Knights, MR2 on them, and Shades. Shades. Okay, so it seems like that seems to be the nice skeleton group for Dark Elves. You got the Riders and Core, you go MSU shooting style, with at least one unit for trying to punch for Cold One Knights, and hope your Dragon can do a lot of the heavy lifting for the army. That's all I gotta say. It seems like this is a kind of avoidance style with with the Dragon. That's gotta do it. Do it. 520 points. Yeah, you're relying heavily on it. Okay. Well, good luck to you, Filippo. And hopefully Chuck can see my screen.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so this is where I come in my expertise. So the one lone vampire counts guy, so he's got an uphill battle. I would have expected a lot more vampire counts, so he has a lot to carry. So he's going with a master necromancer on a Mortis engine, level 4 necromancy, skull staff for that extra 3-inch range, and +1 to dispel. Crown of the Damned for a 4-up ward save, but it gives him stupidity. So hopefully he has a BSB in here. Yeah, he does have a BSB, so he could reroll that. He's got another Mortis engine, other level 4 necromancy. He's going to pick his spells with a ruby ring, and this guy has the 5-up regen. So he's looking to debuff and basic scream out. His White Lord basic BSB just gave himself a little magic weapon in case comes across some ethereal. Helm of Command gives him extra weapon skill at a command leadership test, not a spell. So that's really good there.
Is there anything you
Core.
would change about these two Mortis, or is this kind of what they usually are?
No, that's what they usually are. I normally don't take the skull staff because I take the item that lets me get my extra Nehek for extra
Oh,
rezzing.
the double. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Right. Those are both in the same slot, so you pick one or the other.
Okay.
But I mean, extra dispel range and an extra +1 to dispel is not bad. Both Mortis engines are giving you the +1 to cast, so they're casting at +2 each. Um, let's see his core. Basic core, giant block of skeleton warriors, 2 wolves to kind of chaff and roadblock, and your crypt ghouls. Now the war banner's good, gives them extra combat res. Surprised to see skeleton warriors instead of zombies. Zombies are a lot cheaper. You could take 2 smaller blocks and raise them up, but warriors with their armor and their spears, they're going to be able to actually do something in combat a little bit. So maybe he's going for that.
I just
And
realized
then
there's no zombies. Like you said, I just assumed that there was zombies somewhere in here.
most people always do because it's easy to res them up. But, I mean, warriors aren't bad. They're gonna hold their own for a little bit. They're a nice little tar pit.
And
Now,
Crypt Ghouls,
interesting in the rare.
Crypt
Oh
Ghouls are
yeah,
the ones
crypt
with
ghouls.
reserve move, right?
Yeah, 5-inch move, reserve move, 2 attacks apiece, poison attacks, toughness 4, strength 3,
Okay.
and they're skirmish, so harder to hit with shooting. So they're a nice little flanking unit. He's got a big block, 17. I just saw that. So they'll do some damage. They'll die. They're glass cannon, but at least they'll do damage. They should get their points back. The rare, they got 2 units of Blood Knights. That's what's interesting to me because your characters are setting up for a scream list, but you're going for the hard hitting Blood Knights at 2 units, min units at that. So he's kind of making a hybrid list here. He's going for the hard hitters and the scream. So I'm curious to see how this works out for him. Normally, someone goes all in screams, or they go all in with the knights and the tar pits. But he seems to be trying to do a little bit of both there. So hopefully, he's got a strategy with that works out for him.
Is there
But it looks like
anything that the Screeb list suffers against that the Blood Knights can help out with?
yes. Scream list. All your damage is screams. Nobody else is going to do damage. Your skeletons don't do damage. Your zombies, your wolves, your crypt ghouls, they're all there to hold something up so you can get in and scream. Blood Knights do damage. So he's gonna I don't know. I guess he's going to rely on his skeleton warriors to hold something up so he can circle around and scream with the mortis engines,
Okay.
and then run in and hit hard with the blood knights. But blood knights are basically the only thing in the vampire counts list that do damage. Everything else is kind of there to take damage and still go.
Yeah, the White Lord is on foot because I guess he's up against that point cap. You know, he can't even put the. I don't even know if the White Lord can join Blood Knights. You got to be vampire, right?
No, no, he can join. You just got to be on a mount.
Okay.
If you do that, the White Lord can't take a nightmare. They take skeletal steeds. So if you put that in a Blood Knight unit, you're getting rid of your counter charge.
Oh,
So
okay,
that's
never
not
mind.
really a smart plan.
Yeah, yeah, no.
So the White Lord's going to be with the skeletons, and they're just going to stand there
Okay.
all game.
Well, Coleman, you are the lone vampire count player, so you need to hold it down for all the bony boys that are.
Yeah, make us proud.
All right, so we have rounded it out. We have Dylan Blanchard for Chaos Dwarves. Now I'm no Chaos Dwarf expert. I think I've played them once. I think you've probably played them 2 or 3 times, so you might be better versed than I am. But as far as characters go, I'm looking at a Black Orc Big Boss with Trollhide trousers on foot. So probably going to be in the Black Orc mob with Stubborn. There's 14 of them. A Demon Smith Sorcerer on a Lamasu. That is a monster mount. That has Fly, I believe. Wizard level 2 Elementalism. Mental Stone. Be those
Yeah,
extra
it's
toughness.
comparable to like a hippogriff.
Okay. So it probably doesn't have like AP2 stomps, but it is protected from AP2 kind of thing. Okay, I can get
Yeah,
behind
and
that.
it's got magic resistance. So
Yep, that'll be nice. A Hobgoblin Khan on a Giant Wolf. Giant Wolf.
that's going to go with Wolf Riders.
Wolf Riders. That's right. Okay, so get a little 5 block and rare with short bows reserve move. Okay, little hit and run tactics. I'm wondering why there's a Khan though. I'm wondering if maybe just so something to put the ruby ring on. I don't know.
Yeah, probably a cheap ruby ring.
Maybe improves their leadership.
Maybe. I'm sure they're gonna skirmish around and throw fireballs when they can.
Yeah. So the big points 490 Sorcerer Prophet. This Sorcerer Prophet is on a Bale Taurus for extra like 4 wounds and some toughness. Wizard level 4 of Demonology. Armor of Meteoric Iron, so a 5 up armor no matter what. Obsidian Van Braces and a Mantle of Stone. I think those give extra toughness. And can't remember what they do. One of them gives extra. The Mantle of Stone is probably the extra toughness.
Yeah, and
Uh,
the vague braces give it extra strength.
extra strength. Okay. And Talisman of Protection is 5 up ward, so a nice tanky character that can dish out a little damage. But Demonology's got some nice buffs in there. So I don't know if you're going to buff yourself. I know Demonic Vessel's a self spell, so that's probably only going to be him. But okay,
Yeah, I think demonology is solid. I think that's one of the better lores out there.
yeah. We already went over our little Black Orc Bob, but supporting that in core is Infernal Guard with some Hail Shot blunderbusses, a little bit of shooting, Obsidian Lodestone, and I see some War Machines, Death Shrieker Rocket Launcher. That is launching missiles. Well, sorry, launching demolition rockets at people. Um, and a Hobgoblin Bolt Thrower with an Iron Demon. That is your Steam Tank equivalent. And that thing is kind of gnarly. So, okay. Chaos Dwarfs. Uh, when I played against it, they did a lot of shooting with their blunderbusses and they slammed into stuff with the Iron Demon. So I can see that being effective again. Overall, how do I feel about a list like this? I don't know what the Black Orc Big Boss does with the Orc mobs.
I think the Black Orc big boss, and I could be mistaken, is just attacks to take Black Orcs. So he probably just wants a big stubborn block in the middle to hold you up while
Okay,
you shoot.
okay, yeah, and then just support. Oh, with stubborn, right? So like that's your anvil. It's gonna fall
Yeah,
back, and then you got your big monsters on the sides that are casting and buffing stuff up to slam them in there. Okay,
yeah, and you could use demonology to buff the Black Orcs, give them extra strength and all that.
you could also Seed of Shadows and yeet them 24 inches across the board. We always love that.
Yeah, always a seller.
Um, trying to get people to come to you with your Death Shrieker and your Bolt Thrower shooting at them with your Iron Demon, doing some. I think that it has a different cannon on top, and I can't think of what it does off the top of my head. It's not the regular
I
like
think it does like
Empire.
a couple artillery dice worth of shots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do kind of remember it being a little different, but no. Okay, Dylan, you got to hold it down for the Chaos Stores. You're the only one. So hope you do well at LVO. I think now that we've gone through all the lists, I think we're gonna do a little bit of maybe like rulings type discussions, things that came up, important things to keep in mind, like when you're playing at a large event like LVO. So I think that's coming up in the future. So I don't know if you got anything else to add, Chuck, but we can call it a day here.
No, nothing else to add. Just I'm excited to get more of this content out and talk the old world with everybody. This is a great game, and the community loves it for a good reason. So there's always going to be stuff to talk about.
All right, until next time, have a great day.